You know, I've always noticed that the most brilliant minds in a room are often the ones staying silent. It's not that they don't have anything to say sometimes, it's just that saying it feels like the hardest part.
That's such a strange contradiction, isn't it? You'd think intelligence would mean you're automatically articulate, but actually, being able to put complex thoughts into words can be its own challenge.
Totally. I've watched someone absolutely genius try to share an idea, and somehow the room just tunes out. Meanwhile, someone with less substance but more confidence holds everyone's attention.
It feels almost unfair, but that's what got me thinking. Maybe it's not about how much you know, but about how well you can translate what's in your head into something relatable.
That idea of translation is spot on. There's this moment where you know exactly what you mean, but trying to explain it just feels like hitting a wall.
Honestly, I've felt that way so many times. It's like the thoughts are crystal clear inside, but they just dissolve as soon as you try to say them out loud.
For anyone who's ever thought, why can't I just say what I'm thinking? This is exactly why. It's not a lack of intelligence, but a gap in translation.
And that's such a common struggle, especially for people whose minds work in layers, connecting ideas that aren't easy to unpack for someone new to the topic.
It's almost like the smarter you are, the more tangled your ideas become when you try to explain them. Your brain's racing, but your words can't keep up.
That's exactly how it feels. Thoughts are sprinting ahead, and by the time your mouth catches up, the listener is left in the dust trying to make sense of it all.
And then there's the constant self-editing, pausing, backtracking, restarting sentences. It can make even the best ideas sound confusing.
Plus, there's that sneaky habit of assuming everyone knows the same things you do, which just leaves gaps in the story for listeners.
That thing about assumptions? It's huge. When you already know so much, you accidentally skip the basics, and suddenly your audience is lost.
Absolutely. I've caught myself halfway through an explanation, only to realize I never gave the starting point. It makes it so hard for people to catch up.
It's kind of ironic, isn't it? We want to sound smart, but true communication means slowing down and building a bridge, not showing off what we know.
And that's where the real connection happens, when you guide someone step by step, instead of overwhelming them with everything at once.
Funny enough, a lot of smart folks worry that if they make things too simple, they'll lose credibility. But it's actually the opposite. Simplicity is a superpower.
I get that fear. There's this nagging voice that says, don't dumb it down. But clarity isn't dumbing down, it's opening the door for others to join you.
Exactly. The goal isn't to be precise at the expense of being understood. Sometimes, letting go of perfection is what lets your message land.
And the irony is, people remember clear, simple messages. It's the complicated ones that get lost in translation.
So much of great communication comes down to confidence, not in knowing everything, but in believing your message matters and trusting the process.
I love that. Confidence isn't about having every detail right, but about trusting that what you're saying will make sense to someone else. That shift changes everything.
And the best communicators? They start with the listener. They ask themselves, what does this person need to know first? And build from there.
Which is why stories, metaphors, and simple examples work so well. They meet people where they are, instead of dragging them into the weeds.
Let's get really practical. There are a few tools that make a big difference. First up, one idea per sentence. If your sentence gets too long, the message gets lost.
That single idea rule is a game changer. Also, starting with your conclusion gives people a map. They know where you're headed before you dig into details.
Switching to everyday language is another shortcut. When you drop the jargon, you make it easier for others to latch on to what you're saying.
And slowing down really helps. When you rush, meaning slips through the cracks. Plus, practicing your thoughts out loud forces your brain to clarify them in real time.
At the end of the day, being smart is valuable, but being understood is truly transformative. That's when your ideas actually make an impact.
And that's the real goal, not just sounding intelligent, but helping others feel smart while they listen to you. That's how influence grows and ideas spread.
It's amazing how much more powerful your ideas become when they're clear and connect with people.
When intelligence becomes impact, that's when you know you've really communicated.